Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Today we are talking about the 3 biggest mistakes that I see puppy owners making. I see them over and over again, and I just wanted to come on and talk about it a little bit and help you guys out. So, I am Kristen Mitchell. I am the founder of Dogology Pro and Dogology Puppy. And for those of you who don't know me, I was a dog trainer back in the day for TV and film in New York. And since then have become obsessed with my dogs and all other dogs and dogs owners. And I do a lot of work with natural care as well. But today we are talking about puppies and helping out our puppy owners. So let's jump right in. Number one, one of the biggest mistakes that I see puppy owners making is waiting too long to start training. So many people ask me, when should I start? Like, my puppy just came home. Should I let them be a little bit? You should start training right away. And before we go any further, I just have to tell you guys, I have a bar across the roof of my mouth to pull my molars in. My bite got off. So I'm learning how to talk with it. So if I'm a little bit slurry in my words, that is why. If I sound different than you're used to, it's really fun, let me tell you. Okay, so number one is waiting too long to start training. So our puppies are kind of wired to seek attention. They're always looking for attention. They will take good attention or bad attention. They really don't care. So when we wait to start training, then all we're doing is saying no, no, no all day long, right? We probably relate to that. So when they hear no, or let's say they grab something that you don't want them to have, and you chase them and you're like, no, drop it. No, that is attention. They have gotten you to stop what you're doing, focus all your attention on them. And they're like, fabulous, that worked. I'm going to do that again. Or if they pee on the carpet and you were busy making dinner or on your phone or whatever, and you drop everything and you're like, no, they're like, oh, that works too. So we want to make sure that we're working on letting them know what we want instead of just what we don't want. And that happens when we start our training right away. You can start right when they get home. You can actually start with a little bit of sit training, with training. If you're going to use a crate, that is what you want to be doing. Like basically the whole first day that they get to your house, getting them to love that crate and think it has all good things. So whatever you want to work on first, then you need to just jump in and start working on that right away. Okay, number 2 is inconsistent rules in your family. So I know that some of you are having an experience where your dog listens only to you or only to someone else in the household and nobody else. And that happens when the rules are inconsistent, right? We haven't come together as a family and decided on all the rules. So your puppy gets really confused, and it actually can cause a little bit of anxiety in your puppy as well. Because just imagine you're in this new environment and you kind of don't know why you get in trouble when you do this thing in this situation, but then you do it with somebody else and you don't get in trouble, or you get praise, but you don't get praise over here. So they get really confused. And I've been working on my new calming course that I just put out a few weeks ago for months and months and months. So I'm very focused on how do we keep the stress out of our puppies' lives in order to make them better dogs as they grow up. And there is so much research about the stress that our puppies feel and how that equals them not being able to be trained well, to be reactive, to have anxiety, separation anxiety, all the things. So one of the ways that we can lower the stress for our puppies is to have a little family meeting before you get your puppy, or if you have your puppy and you haven't done this yet, you could do it right away. You have a little family meeting, you make a little list of rules. Okay, this is how we're going to handle this, this, and this. And you put it on the fridge and you make sure that everybody is on the same page. Now, if you don't know what those rules should be, I have a free puppy course. If you don't have my free puppy course yet, it's 21 days of video lessons from me. It's everything you need to raise your puppy. So I'll actually pop the link on the, here we go. That's the link. So that's the link for the free puppy course right there. So if you don't have my course yet, it brings you through everything you need and it goes in order and it helps you create a schedule. And with that schedule and your planning that you do through the 21 days, that is something that you can share with your whole family as you're going through, and everybody will totally be on the same page. Okay, number 3 is managing their environment. So this is a tricky one because it's hard to know when we can have our puppy have kind of free reign of the house or even walk around freely when we're doing something. And when our puppies are new, when we just get our puppies home, we definitely need our puppies to be in our sight at all times, unless they are in their safe space or in their crate. So if you're here watching, go ahead and let me know how old your puppy is. I'm just curious, like who's here and how old your puppies are so that I can kind of tailor this to you guys. But when you have those brand new puppies, then you want to make sure that you make a safe space for them. And that can be an area in your house, like your kitchen or a bathroom. That usually people choose those kind of rooms because they don't have carpet in them. And you can put a crate in there, a blanket in there. Oh, cool. Gary has a 13-week-old. Yeah. So you're still in that early stage. So you can create the space. People use baby gates on the doors sometimes. What you don't want to do is put them like in a bathroom and shut the door, because that is too much isolation. They need to be close to you. They can't be in a room far away. They need to be nearby so that you can have eyes on them and make sure they're okay. And then you're going to have them take timeouts. So puppies are supposed to actually sleep like 18 to 22 hours a day. So basically they should be asleep almost all the time. Very rarely does that happen, right? Because lives are busy. And also you have to take them out every hour and a half. So it's hard to get them all the naps they need. But if your puppy is not listening to you or they are getting zoomies at night, then your puppy probably isn't sleeping enough, because that's a lot. That's a lot of hours. So we need them to have a place that they love where they can have timeouts and they can have rest time and they can sleep. So that can be either this room that I'm talking about or this area that I'm talking about where you have maybe even the crate is in there with the door open and they can go in and rest, or you have a bed and you just make it comfortable for them. Or if you're crate training, then that would be their crate. And you just want to make sure with the crate training, in order to not deal with all that anxiety that people deal with their crate training, that you have to do that warm-up training first. So you need to be throwing treats in there. You need to be feeding them their meals in there. You need to make it fabulous. You can take a fillable toy, fill it with healthy food, and freeze it, and then give it to them in their crate, even with the door open, and let them just lie in there and enjoy it. So we want all them to know that good things happen when they're in their crate, which creates a lot less anxiety. So once we have a managed environment, we have their place that they can go and relax, and we can carry this on throughout their life. Another thing that I talked about in my calming course that just came out is creating like a little comfy, calming place for your dog as they grow up. So this can turn into something that they do long term, where they have a place where they can go and rest and relax. So we're kind of setting it up for them to have like a calmer nervous system all the way through all the years. Okay, so once you have success, so we want to set our puppies up for success always, right? In our training, if we're training them how to sit, we want to make sure that we get them to sit, even if we have to take the treat right by their face and move it backwards until they have to sit down in order to look at the treat. Great, we have success, right? We always want them to feel like they're having success and getting rewarded. So once you have some success with your puppy out in the house, so that means that they're starting to get housebroken, even though you're not starting off with just letting them run wild in the house, you're still taking them out every half an hour or every hour or however long you've gotten to where your puppy can hold it, you definitely want to have little experiments. So maybe right after they go out, you bring them in and you're watching them with both eyeballs, but they're wandering around a little bit. They're having a sniff. They're having a little free time, and that's successful. Amazing. And then maybe they go in for a nap. So you want to make sure that you're having these little micro sessions of freedom before you're like, okay, I'm just going to leave my dog and see how they do. Because that's when I get all the messages about my dog was fine and now they've ripped up my bed and all the scary stories of dogs that are left for too long. And it's just because you haven't taught them what you want them to do, right? So you need these little micro training moments where they're doing the right thing. Maybe they're sitting calmly with a toy. Amazing. Put focus on that. So a big thing that we want to think about all across puppyhood is putting focus on the things that you want them to continue to do, right? Does that make sense? So instead of focusing on what they're doing wrong, and I'll use calming as an example for this as well. So if a lot of adult dog owners have a dog that's hyper and they're trying to figure out how to calm their dog down, the problem is that when our dog is bouncing off the walls, they're getting a lot of interaction. And when we go and we're cooking dinner, like I was saying before, or doing whatever, we're getting ready for our day, and our dog is just lying there calmly, we're like, yes, I got a break. I can take a few minutes. And we're not telling our dog, this is what I want. So when your dog is calm, when they're doing whatever it is that you want them to do, definitely take a moment and just give them a treat, give them a little praise, a little love to let them know, hey, that is what I want. All right, guys. So those are my 3 tips for today. The first one was waiting too long to start training. We want to jump in there and start training right away and make sure we're playing our attention game from day 1, which is we say their name. And if they look at us, we give them a treat. And if we don't, we lead them to us with the treat. And then we reward them just like they did it on their own. And we start doing little micro sessions. So puppies can only focus for about a minute, maybe 2. So we're doing tiny little training sessions in the beginning. They really don't have the attention span to do any more than that. So just every time you think of it, you're just going to do a little bit of training throughout the day. Number 2, inconsistent rules in the family. If you want to set up a fabulous schedule, just grab our free puppy course. It's 21 lessons, video lessons with me. And the link is right on the screen. You can just grab it. Number 3 is managing their environment. So not moving too fast to let them have too much freedom. It's like having a little tiny toddler where you can't just let them run around and run around the living room. You have to have your eyes on them for quite a while before you're going to say, just go hang out in your room, right? So we want to make sure we're going step by step. Okay, so I hope that this makes sense. I would love to hear from you guys and also anybody watching the replay, because so many of you are going to end up watching this on replay, what the thing is that you're struggling with the most with your puppy. I would just love to know, like, what's going on with you guys. What are you struggling with the most? And that helps me answer questions, because I'll come back around and answer questions in the comments as well, and also make videos in the future. So yeah, let me know what you're struggling with. I would love to hear from you. And if you don't have the puppy course yet, 100% free puppy course, just grab it right here, dogologypro.com/puppy course. And you'll get an email right away that has all the login information. Okay, amazing, you guys. Hope you're doing okay with your puppy. Let me know, like I said, what you're struggling with, and I will help you out. And I hope you have a fantastic day. And it's warm for you. It's freezing here. It's been cold for so long. So I hope it's warm for you wherever you are. All right, guys, lots of love to you and your puppy. Talk to you soon.